Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? Oh my gosh, I have so much to catch up with you guys on. I feel like I've lived a lifetime since the last time I was live with you guys. I, just give me a second. I'm trying to get it going here. So, yay. Okay, cool. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Angie. How are you? So I'm going to glue book a little bit. This is not my normal setup. I'm usually in the other room. This is where I set up to take pictures because I've been putting all kinds of stuff in my Etsy shop. And so my camera is kind of wonky, and my poor soda has gotten all over my tablecloth. Hi, Peggy. Girl, what are you up to? Peggy is the queen of everything. She is definitely the queen of domesticity in my world. Let me see. I'm trying to fix what's going on with you? Thanks for the thumbs up. How many lurkers are out there? I'm going to try to fix my camera. That's what I'm going to try to do. Sorry, because I usually sit in the other. Hi, Linda. I'm usually in the other room at my little crafting desk, and I'm not there right now. I'm here and the room, and I just want to see if I can zoom in this camera. You finished a folder swap for Janet Nash? I love Janet Nash. If you guys aren't subscribed to her channel, you should be. She's awesome. That may be as far as I can get the focus to work. Sorry. I don't know, you guys. I don't sit in here usually. Usually my camera's in the other room. But just trying to. While my kids aren't here, this is my spare bedroom that used to be my craft room. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Hi, Bootsy. Oh, please. I had to rescue you. I'm rescuing myself. I am so rescuing myself. I'm just going to glue. I'm going to glue. You guys know I haven't worked in this in a while, my Harbrace collage notebook. And I can't, for whatever reason, I cannot get the camera to zoom in more. So I'm just going to glue and hang out with you. I'm rescuing myself, you guys. I have to say, I'm a little. I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about positive things. So I don't normally sit in here. This is my kid. Like when my kids come back, they'll be back here on. I think they get back on Friday or Saturday. They'll be back in here. So right now I have this big table set up. Unfortunately, put my everything. When you live in the tropics, even if you don't have ice in something, your cups sweat. So how's everybody? Hi, Peggy. Hi, Roy. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Angie. Hi, Linda. And hi, everyone else who's lurking. Little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. Oh, I get it. I completely agree with you. Okay. So I'm going to work in this. I just needed to take my mind off of it. I have also put a bunch of wallpaper samples in my Etsy shop today. I also, I'll have a video coming out in a couple days of a bunch of other stuff I've put in there. So it's all good. I'm just trying to get through it all, trying to get through it all. So I'll give you guys the update on my father-in-law. So for those of you that don't know, my partner, his dad I think he has vascular dementia. Do I have somebody who'll come put the paper up? Well, these are tiny samples, so you could use them in your books. You guys, this was on my desk in the other room, and I thought, oh, if I'm going to glue in the other room, I need some images. So I went and I grabbed the two folders sitting on my desk. And anyway, yeah, so tell me what's going on in your world. It never ceases to amaze me. I suddenly go online and everybody that I haven't talked to in a week or two decides to call me. So, anyway, if you guys haven't don't know, I love this little Harb Race college. It was an English book, I think, an English textbook, and I've been gluing in it for a couple of years, and I love it. Okay, Dad. Oh, he has vascular dementia. So I don't know if any of you know what that is. I was, I've had in my own family, I've had several different family members have different types of dementia, right? Like I had a grandmother that I can't even tell you. She used to like we used to laugh because we never knew when we were gonna find her. She'd packed all her stuff like she was moving home. Like anyway, she would wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Where's my horse and buggy?" You have to realize I'm from Texas originally, so you guys kind of get it, right? Um, she would wake us up in the middle of the night and say all kinds of stuff. But where I come from, or where I'm from, we very rarely put, if we could help it, put any of our relatives into any sort of nursing home. It's just how I was raised. No judgment on anyone else. Caregiving is not for the faint of heart. I know it full well. Okay. So we always took care of her. I grew up in a multi-generational house. Uh, my mother lived with us until she passed. Um, it's just how I was raised, When I grew up, I lived in a house with my grandparents and my grandmother's great uncle. He was 100. He died when he was 107. So it was my mother, my father, and me, my grandmother, and my grandfather, and my grandmother's great uncle. And then after he passed, my grandmother's sister came to live with us. And so it's one of those things. So fast forward to my father in law. He has vascular dementia. And, he also is so smart that he knows something's going on and he gets incredibly frustrated with that. So he's sort of been putting off doing anything and really resistant and reluctant to it. Well, I guess a couple of weeks ago, he went on a walk and he got lost. And you guys, he's a hiker. He was a big animal veterinarian. He was a hunter. He would hunt with bow and arrow. That's how serious hunting he was, and always eat what he hunted. Right? It wasn't like he would just, kill things randomly. And so, with the winter coming, it's not a really good thing for him to be alone. Well, packing up your whole life and moving. I've lived in Hawaii for 12 years. So packing up or this will be my going into my 12th year this next year. It's not easy. And thinking about it, and it's just been a whole thing, So we finally came to a resolution that, and it's kind of difficult to decide what you're going to do with COVID as well, right? Hi, Jackie. How are you? Hi, Malia. Bootsy says he's going to set up a heated tent on an ice floe in the Inuit territory you've decided. Oh my gosh, or a Viking experiment. Well, I think finally what it's boiled down to, or what it's come down to, is my father-in-law has long-term home health insurance, like in-home health insurance. But he didn't, and he probably did it for a reason. I mean, I don't know. Now's not the time to have a conversation with him about it, at least. He I'm assuming that he did it on purpose because he was an intentional person. I mean, he loves to be home. I mean, maybe he did it because he didn't want to have to be put in a home. And I understand that too. So, anyway, family dynamics are very interesting. I'm sure you guys can all type in. So, I think now for us, we're kind of to the point where he needs some help. And for whatever reason, not everybody's a caregiver. And no judgment with that, you know? Sometimes, do you ever save images? You're just like, I love that image. I don't remember where I'm going to put it, but maybe I'll put it here. Anyway, it's frightening for all of us, you know? Anyway, so to make it a ridiculously excruciating long story, because feel like I've been talking about this for like months and months or years and years now. Um, my hottie, right now, there's this kind of lapse in our COVID thing here. Like if you test negatively, you have to test 72 hours before you go. And then if he goes and picks up his dad and brings his dad back, then you have to test 72 hours. You have to take a COVID test no less than 72 hours before you leave there. And I'm just looking for a page I can use as my glue page. These are all the images I love. Anyway, so I think he's going to go pick up his dad. For a while, we were trying to find a bigger place. You guys, if I even discussed with you the amount of money it costs to live here, you guys would all go, you are insane. Why are you there? And sometimes I wonder that myself. Sometimes I wonder and I ask myself that same thing because it is crazy expensive to live here. So we're going to go pick him up and bring him here in the next couple of weeks. And then we're going to see how he does. And then I think we may start exploring moving somewhere else. But it's very difficult to let go of all of the things that you've accumulated in your 10, 11, 12 years. You know what I mean? It's a little difficult to do all that. So we're going to go pick him up, bring him here. We don't have a bigger place. We haven't found one. I've been looking every day. But it's like ridiculous. Like to go from a place where we are right now and to get just a tiny bit bigger place is almost double our expenses. So we're just going to figure it out and make do right now. I don't know what my kids that have been with me that are stuck here, that usually live in Europe, that are stuck here, living with me here because of COVID. I don't know what their plans are because they're doing a movie right now, and that movie ends this week. So, no, they're working on a crew of a movie. They're not in the movie, working on crewing a movie here. So I honestly don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. So that's where we're at. So it is overwhelming, Peggy. It is absolutely. Do you know what? It set me into a space of like now I'm seriously, the conversations my partner and I are having now are like, we need to look into long-term health insurance for ourselves. I mean, I don't even know like what age are you supposed to start thinking of it? But right now, I mean, yeah, it's a little, yeah, it's scary. So I know, right? It's overwhelming. It's scary. It's all of the above. I don't want to be in denial, but I also don't. I just know how excruciating it's been for us. I know how excruciating it's been for us. Like if COVID hadn't been here, I think one of us would have gone to be with his dad already, but we had a quarantine both ways. And honestly, who can afford to quarantine 14 days both ways? Hi, Nash. Get the bunk beds already and stack them up. No, we've had people come and stay with us for extended periods of time. What it's really going to boil down to, you guys are going to, oh my God. So, what it's really going to boil down to is my dining alcove, that is our homeschooling area. At one point, we had, I think, three of our or four of our five kids here all at once in our little tiny house. And I had gotten a big blow up bed and put it in that dining alcove. Well, right now it's got all of my craft supplies and stuff. So I'm just going to have to take everything out of the house that's craft oriented and just keep a tiny box under my bed. Put a blow up mattress in there. Have one of the kids, because they don't really care. They're not, it's important that he has a room, just have the kids bunk out there. And I mean, they know it's not permanent and they're used to living in tiny spaces. They lived in Japan and in China and they're not picky, So that's what's going on in my world. And so I have been madly going through my stash of stuff and destashing. So I destashed a bunch of wallpaper in my Etsy shop. In a couple days, I'll have a bunch of really cool old books that I have. You guys realize that I'm not, anything that's in that shop is stuff that I have gotten to make my own personal stuff with, not like for a possible resale or something like that. So they're imperfect things. They're things I've collected for myself. So when you go over there, please, even if you choose to buy something for me, I appreciate it. But know that it's not, I'm not a typical seller. I don't have a lot of that. I'm not selling stuff with that in mind. I just, I live on an island, so I've collected these really cool old books. And if I take them to the thrift store or I take them, they're just going to throw them away. And some of them are really great and would make a crafter very happy. Get the bunk beds ready. You're right, Peg. May have to do that. It is stressful. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. But what's kind of cool, so this is where we toyed with. My partner could go there for the winter, but I would be here. I have our daughter's in the 8th grade. She needs to finish that. I have some other stuff that I have to finish here. So moving ourselves from the tropics in the middle of a pandemic to freezing cold, snow, and all of that, and yeah. So I think what we figured is we're just going to bring him here. We're going to have him come here. My partner's going to go there because he can't fly by himself. So my partner's going to go there, pick him up, bring him back, and he'll just think he's on vacation, and then we'll go from there. So that's what's going on in my world. Hi, Susan. Susan says, "Yeah, that's it. You sound like, but you sound like her mom." Saying I'm grouchy. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Well, this is the thing: is that they just took my father-in-law's driver's license away from him. So that's another thing. That's a whole other thing, and it gets so hairy. It's like a stressful situation, and it gets so emotional, and I feel so bad for him. And he lives, I might add, purposefully. Okay, he lives in the country, kind of far away from anything, and he did that on purpose because he was, and he lives in like Northern Virginia, the suburbs of DC. So he moved. I mean, that's where his practice was, and so he moved far away from He moved far away from where his work was so that he'd have a peaceful life. Not far away, but half an hour. So with no car, he's stuck in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Okay. So Bootsy, you know what? He said the same thing. Okay. But the problem is this, and they didn't take his license away because he was an unsafe driver. They took his license away because he continuously got lost and could not, like, he was, you know, I don't know. And there is really no treatment for vascular dementia. There is, I think, medications that they can give you to stop. Evidently, this is my understanding of it. And if somebody on the stream has a better understanding than I do, please let me know. Because I mean, I'm just learning it all. There's many different kinds of dementia, but vascular dementia is where your blood vessels stop uh, carrying the ample amount of blood supply to your brain, and your brain cells die. And there's no way to reverse it. So, you know, and I guess it runs in his family. I mean, you're 30 minutes from Northern Virginia, girl. If I get there, we're going to be getting together, have some crafting parties, Miss Peggy. Peggy's going to give me some housekeeping lessons. If you guys have ever been in our streams and you talk with Peggy, Peggy's like, hey, I did this, I did that. You could go to an auction and Peggy's there. She'll have bought something at the auction, cooked some dinner, mopped the floor, sat down to craft a little. I mean, she's like Wonder Woman. Oh my goodness, Peggy, I would love that. But at least I'd have more crafty friends. Oh my gosh, you guys. So that's what I've been going through. It has been without, it's been incredibly stressful. It's been stressful for me. It's been stressful for us because we've been trying to help or navigate things from where we are. And what makes it equally hard is that, he can say something to us and we think he sounds fine. And then we talk to like another member of the family and they'll be like, oh no, he was lost for 4 hours yesterday. So we're both like, oh my God. So my partner called his dad today and said, I'm coming to get you. I'm going to come play. I'm going to be your full-time chauffeur, your driver. I'm going to come play. And then when he gets there, he's going to have to assess, the situation of like, and pack him up and get him to come back. And then, because you guys, I have a lifetime worth of stuff here. It's not, oh, yeah. So I know what you're thinking. I should be packing now. I should be purging more now. You guys, I needed to hang out with my crafty peeps and glue. Okay. Oh. Oh, Bootsy. I think his dad does that too. So right now we just recently got this little lady to come in and help him. This is the other thing, is he doesn't think he needs help, right? So he gets really ornery and he told her not to come back again. And it's not so easy to find people right now that are willing to come in and do the work. So I said to my hottie, I go, and so the lady showed us. So when I called him today, he was like, I don't know what her name is. Anyway, he said, she's here. Because I told her not to come back and she came back anyway, but she brought him some cake and he's all about food. Okay. So he was like all happy having cake. But my father-in-law has been married like 4 or 5 times. You guys, he is a ladies' man. There's no two ways about it. So our conversation today was, I really hope he doesn't make a pass at her. all you'll say is, hey, Poppy. Oh my gosh. You're hilarious, Boots. I love this picture of this woman. Her joyful laugh made me laugh. Oh my, Peggy says her best friend's mother's in the. I know it's not funny, but it is kind of fun. She keeps calling the police that a robber is in the house, and it's her caregiver. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I don't know. So that's what I've been going through. And you guys, I did, for those of you guys that purchased the classes with Defy, I have been teaching my classes. So somehow I feel like I've been interacting with you guys, and I haven't been on YouTube. I've just been doing all those classes. So, hi, Jean. How are you? So, that is what's going on in my world. Destashing and possibly relocating at some point. But first, go in to get my father-in-law and have him come here for a little bit. So some of these, like this is one of those gesso transfers. This was a magazine image, and then you put the gesso down, and then you lay the magazine image, the part you want, on the paper face down and burnish it, and then you peel it away. Now this one came out really good. Whereas there's been others that I've done that have a haze over them that doesn't come up no matter what you do. Bootsy. Hi, Kathy D. How are you, girl? What's going on? Bootsy, you're hilarious. Yeah, I could say, hey, Poppy. So pipe in, anyone. How? Yes, every day is Groundhog Day. Oh my God, girl, you have no idea. Here, especially, it's been, and yeah, can't imagine with dementia. You guys, hang on 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. What? I'm here. What? So what's up? So I barely. What's up? Can you just tell me what's up? Is it something important? Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Can you hang on 1 second? Hold on. All right, you guys. I'm gonna have to go and come back in a few minutes. It's something I have to. While we're waiting for the election. While we're waiting for the election. So I'm gonna go and come back in a few minutes. I just gotta take this phone call. It's kind of important. So anyway, I love you guys. Come back and see me in a little bit. I'll be back and we can glue some more. And then I'll get my books and show you my treasures that I'm going to list in my Etsy shop so you guys can see some cool ledgers, vintage photo albums, all kinds of cool stuff. All right. Love you guys.